In court and on country, mixed emotions.
No, it makes me very emotional in it, talking about it.
Dismay in terms of what we've kind of was expecting to what we were kind of given.
Yindjibarndi representatives came to the federal court in Perth with optimism their $1.8 billion compensation claim would be accepted. Those who couldn't make the 1,500-kilometre journey watched on from Roebourne. Justice Stephen Burley finding Andrew Forrest Fortescue liable for cultural and economic losses, ordering compensation payments of $150 million for cultural and $100,000 for economic, for mining the Yindjibarndi people's land without permission. It's the largest such compensation payment in Australia's history, but just a fraction of what the Yindjibarndi people say was needed to make up for the hurt Fortescue has caused.
They dig our land and everything. What more they want? Put us in an early grave like from our elders? They need to look at us.
We don't get this far and stop, right? So we'll review it. We fight it. We've been fighting all our lives, right? And I think the recognition needs to sort of stand firm that this is our country.
In a statement, Fortescue said Andrew Forrest and the company cared deeply about all First Nations people, including the Yindjibarndi community. The details of Justice Stephen Burley's full judgment and whether or not it'll be appealed are still up in the air. But the Yindjibarndi Nurra Aboriginal Corporation says at the very least the importance of their cultural heritage has been recognised.
The entire First Nations of this country is watching us today.
A judgment on how much value Australia's law places on cultural heritage and its destruction. Kason Ho, ABC News.
Today's landmark decision was just the third time the federal court has ruled a compensation amount to native title holders. It comes after a bitter legal battle that began thousands of kilometres from the courtroom in Western Australia's northwest.
For almost 2 decades, the battle over this country and the riches that flow from it has divided communities and triggered a $1 billion compensation fight. Deciding who even represented the traditional owners was the first hurdle.
The more you know Aboriginal people, the more you love them.
Fortescue backed a breakaway group of traditional owners and orchestrated a meeting in 2011 at which Yindjibarndi Aboriginal Corporation representatives were outnumbered.
But there's a big issue here, Andrew, and the issue comes with, Yindjibarndi people looking after ourselves from the country that's making you rich.
The room voted in favour of motions to expedite development of FMG's Solomon Hub.
When fully operational, Solomon will add 60 million tonnes per annum to production.
But years later, after the mine was built, the federal court ruled it was the Yindjibarndi Nurra Aboriginal Corporation which had exclusive native title.
Bottom line is FMG lost and Yindjibarndi Aboriginal Corporation won the appeal.
Meaning the multi-billion-dollar mine was digging without the permission of the traditional owners, triggering this case to determine just how much they are owed. The landmark case led to on-country hearings of the federal court, with justices presented evidence of destroyed heritage sites. Tuesday's verdict, another chapter in the story.
Well, we still haven't given up as well, right? I mean, this is the kind of the second round of what we're trying to achieve and establish, right? As Yindjibarndi's rights to our country.
Round 3, perhaps still to come. Mietta Adams, ABC News, Karratha.